Tropical zing. Just what's needed today. Jeez. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ADM Tech. Second video. Told you, we're on it again. iPhone 12. Controversial in many ways. The box not having a charger in it is completely fine. Relax. I'd probably say 99.9% of people have got a USB-A charger at their house with a lightning cable in it. Not really controversial. I think people are just looking for a little bit of controversy because people have not much else bad to say about them. People see, oh, they've reduced the charger, or people see they've reduced the box, they've reduced the charger, or whatever. They've taken something away. Let's moan about it. Every company's going to follow suit. On the next year, everyone's going to follow suit, and essentially, it doesn't matter. It's not a massive deal. It's just a charging brick. I guarantee a lot of people have got USB-A chargers, or at least a way that they can charge their iPhones up if they're already using an iPhone. Okay, just because it's USB-C doesn't matter. Yes, it does encourage people to move towards USB-C, which is, in my opinion, fantastic, but not the controversy that I think a lot of people are making it out to be. Anyway, so today's video is all about MagSafe, and MagSafe is something that was revived a few years, which was around the Mac line. Basically, it prevented you. I've actually got a MagSafe charger. So this is MagSafe. This is the original MagSafe connector. Basically, you plug it into your MacBook, and it's just a magnet that can be pulled away quite easily. It's not a strong connection. It prevents say I've just got a standard cable in there and someone walks and sort of trips over my laptop's not going to go. This cable is just going to go out, and that's essentially all MagSafe was. It just did the job, and they took it away for USB-C. A few years ago, they took away MagSafe for the MacBook line a few years ago. There's really thin ones, and people were upset about that. Obviously now, I think people are used to USB-C and all that sort of stuff, so yes, we'd all like to see MagSafe back on MacBooks, but who knows? They could do that. They could absolutely do that. Even in this format, I'm sure there'd be a way. MagSafe is back on the iPhone 12 in this new format, in this new shape, in this new... it's sort of been revived and upgraded to 2020. And essentially, it's wireless charging, but for dummies. Okay, it's just a magnet. It's it's still Qi compatible. It still functions on your wireless chargers. Obviously, if you have the MagSafe puck now, you don't have to worry about sort of lining it up. It just literally snaps on, snaps off, and you're happy with it. It's all good. It's all fine. It's just basically making wireless charging a lot easier. I've got one wireless charging pad here. I'll never use it. It's just a pain, and it's just a pain. It flashes. It's just a nuisance. And to be honest, I do prefer cables. So I feel like MagSafe kind of bridges the gap between wireless charging, similar to the Apple Watch, and obviously using a standard lightning connector anyway. So a few things I want to touch upon have come across with the MagSafe accessories and why Apple haven't included MagSafe in the box for this year's iPhone. I don't necessarily think that that's always going to be the case. I think they will eventually include some sort of lower tier MagSafe, whether they just give you a puck and you plug lightning into it. I think that's something that they can do in the future to utilise everyone's lightning cables, because obviously if everyone's got lightning cables and they're just suddenly out of business and completely gone, there's a lot of e-waste, isn't it? And that's potentially the entire point of them getting rid of a charger, is to limit e-waste. Whether you believe that or not, it's entirely up to you. I think it's a step forward in the right direction. It's not necessarily something that concerns me when I'm looking to buy my next iPhone in a few years' time. Knowing that I'll have to have a charger is not an issue. Okay, you can get USB-C chargers really cheap, really good, and it's just not an issue. Okay, a lot of the controversy I think has come around the accessories for this thing. and people aren't really understanding why they've done this. Obviously, if they get rid of lightning, they aren't going to make any money from lightning anymore. So they have to try and replace lightning with something that they can still make money off, whilst also being functional for the user. MagSafe isn't entirely about, you can now technically charge your phone and listen to music at the same time. Obviously, if your AirPods, that's never been an issue, but they've brought that functionality back. The wallet sort of add on the card holder and the clear case as well. All of these things are just such minuscule things, but I feel like it's just trying to pluck for some controversy, because there hasn't been much to complain about with these iPhones. Yes, the scratch a little bit easier, and the fingerprint magnets and stuff, but it's the first step of a new design. You can guarantee that next year they're probably going to do something to tweak it and make it a little bit better, just like they did with the iPhone 6 and 6S. When Apple do redesign something, normally it's quite clever to just play it safe for a little bit and just maybe wait till the next refresh of that, because they do learn their lessons. Just relax in terms of, oh, my phone scratches, stick a case on it, alright? Everyone wears a case. And you're spending so much money on them, do you know what I mean? Try and look after them instead of purposely putting them in situations where they're just going to scratch, do you know what I mean? The wallet add-on. I think, honestly, yes, it's annoying that it's not a strong connection, but I think if you're in that situation where you're going to pay contactless, where you're going to pay via card, or you're going to pay on Apple Pay or something, having it there and just in case is fine, and it's going to be in your pocket anyway. I do see some sort of issue with it just falling off, but I think it's one of those things that you have to use and actually put it into practice. If you're like me and you wear skinny jeans and your wear jeans are a little bit tighter, it's not necessarily for you. But if you sort of walk around in joggers or whatever, it might be completely fine. You've got to think practically in terms of what this is, because it's not just going to work for you. Okay? If you're wearing skinny jeans like me, you have no chance in hell, maybe, unless you have really big pockets. I don't know. As MagSafe gets more and more third-party add-ons, sorts of camera add-ons now as well, as they start to build up a little bit more of like a reputation towards MagSafe, and people are more comfortable with using it, there has to be something that they do to make you buy the next one. And I think MagSafe is, yes, it's a new way of getting people to spend money on Apple products. That's what Apple need. That's the entire point of Apple. They want you to spend money, and third-party accessories. They are going to come in the next year or two. We're going to see MagSafe completely blow up, and it'll be standard to see MagSafe accessories when you go into a shop. That's the dream for Apple, because when they do when Lightning does go, which is almost inevitable at this point, it will be replaced with MagSafe. But MagSafe will be so widely adopted, it's not going to be an issue. We saw all of the heat that Apple got from the headphone jack back on the iPhone 7. Now, it's just a way of life. It's just how you function. You can't walk down the street and not see someone wearing AirPods. So that's what Apple want. Apple wants MagSafe to be AirPods. I think the cases as well, when the cases were released, obviously people were thinking, why is there this ugly white circle on the back of my clear case? I think as MagSafe probably does develop over time, they can do things to make it look a lot less intrusive. But people in this tech space don't normally see things for fashion. And when you say fashion, you think, what are you talking about? Why would it be fashionable to have a white circle on the back of your phone? All about brand identity. You can spot an iPhone from a mile away, so people will people just adapt to that. And as time goes on and we get used to these new things that Apple do release, it's just going to be the norm. People stated the AirPods back in the day, and look at them now. It's Apple do things that we don't necessarily like at first, but the general public tend to accept it a lot more because they don't think about it too much. That's a secret. They just don't really care. As they learn with MagSafe and as they get used to MagSafe and as people get more and more comfortable to it, I don't necessarily see it being an issue. I think, like I said, I think people just want to jump onto any controversy for the sake of controversy, because at the end of the day, they're always looking for that next gate, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? You know, I do think in the next 2 years there will be an iPhone with no lightning port. That is quite a scary thought for a lot of people, but I think that is only a thought of people in the tech space. If you know, yes, there'll be like an overreaction on Twitter or TikTok. I saw someone unbox an iPhone 12 yesterday on TikTok, and she was like, "What's his cable for?" You know, yes, there is the general like, "What is this? Why have we done this?" But then over time, people just accept it, and I think that is where we are with MagSafe. I think it's going to get a lot more useful in the next few years. I don't think the potential's quite there just yet, but like I said, you know, these camera adapters, these tripods, you know, these lenses and stuff that the companies are now starting to make are really going to make people more creative. If you're sitting on that pro end of iPhone as well, there's going to be a lot more accessories for you guys that you can actually fine tune and make your iPhone functional for your day-to-day life or your career, something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily think this current iteration of MagSafe is done. I think they're just going to keep pumping out accessories and new things to it, and obviously with your cheap Amazon third-party stuff as well, it's just going to be crazy. And it's just a world that we're living in right now. I think, you know, Apple want to basically control everything that we do, and people just lap it up. Like me. What do you guys think about MagSafe? Do you think it's functional? Do you think it has use? I like that it's Qi compatible. Has it stopped you from buying an iPhone 12, or do you agree with me that people are just looking for things to be controversial because they're bored? Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitter at AlienTechYT. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Apple event. I will be covering it, you know, as I said in the last video. And I'll see you guys soon. Message of the day: smile. Just that's the message of the day. Peace out.